Alright guys, welcome back to more paranormal experiences with Vegas Paranormal. Now, after getting tired of exploring cemeteries and going to little abandoned properties, I was getting bored. I wanted a bigger spots to go to, bigger locations, stuff that was truly haunted. So, in this episode, I'm going to take you to a haunted asylum. I'm going to take you to a very haunted battlefield. And I'm going to take you to the most haunted bar in America. So, to those of you that don't know what this place is, welcome to Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum, also known as TALA, in Weston, West Virginia. Now, we had booked this location in January of 2016 for February, I think it was either 27th or 28th. So they had actually opened up that day to other investigators. Now, when we arrived to the location, oh my God, it was amazing. It looked so beautiful. And the crazy thing is, when we had gotten to West Virginia, we literally stopped at a breakfast place. I think like right in front of it. Yeah, right in front of it. And we looked at the building and we were like, this building looks very familiar. Didn't think anything of it. Went and ate our breakfast, came back out in the hubby, looked up the location, and realized that was Trans-Allegheny. So we were so excited to know that that was Trans-Allegheny that we actually zipped around roads just so we could take pictures, because it was just, oh my God, it was crazy. Now, the only thing about locations like this is when you book them, you actually have to investigate at nighttime, obviously. Being the fact that it was about 8 o'clock in the morning, we decided to go to another location, which was about, I think, a good 3 or 4 hours away, because we had found another spot that we wanted to check out while we were in West Virginia. So after about a couple hours of driving, we ended up at this spot. Most of you will know what this spot is. Most of you won't. But I'll get to that in a second. So we actually drove to this the night of, before we got to Trans-Allegheny. And we had a couple of experiences when we actually parked across the street. All I can say is that the experiences that we had were, we heard something walk across the street when we got there. And then, as we were parked across the street looking at the lake, we actually heard someone say hello. Welcome to Lake Shawnee. Now, when we parked across the street during the day, the vibe that this place gave off was, you don't belong here. And people that investigate the paranormal will understand that. Like, there are places where it's just like, you don't belong here, and I'm going to make that known very, very loud. So, of course, we're taking our pictures in front of the sign. We're taking our pictures of the property. And we had noticed a number in the distance. So we actually crossed the road. And we were trying to take a picture of it, but zoom in so we could get an actual picture. While we were standing there taking a picture, all three of us smelt gunpowder at the same time. Again, Indian burial ground or sacred ground, they did not want us there. So we took that as a message to leave. And we did. Because again, when the paranormal does not want you at its location, it makes itself known. So after we left Lake Shawnee, we drove back to Weston, West Virginia, because Lake Shawnee is in Princeton, West Virginia. Now, those of you that know me know I like to drive anywhere and everywhere, and I'll stay there for a couple minutes, and then I'll leave and go either back to the place that we were going to, or I will go home. It doesn't matter. So we finally get to Weston, I think around like 8:30. And we were all getting a little hungry, so we decided to stop and get something to eat. So after we got finished with dinner, we drove back to Trans-Allegheny. Now, trying to get back there, we kind of got lost because Mr. Vegas's map decided it wanted to take us the back way. And I was like, okay. So after many U-turns, we finally get back to the front entrance of Trans-Allegheny. Now, during the day, this place looks a little creepy. But at night, look at this place at night. So of course, we're getting registered to do our investigation. And I'm walking around taking pictures. This is what it actually used to look like back then with this poster board right here. And I'm continuously walking around just snapping pictures of just random things. While I'm waiting, we go back to the base camp is what they call it. And we get ready for investigation. They give us the rules and everything, of course. And then we start walking around the building. Now, when you're investigating this location, what they do is they put you in 4 groups and they have you investigate 1 floor at a time. They take 1 floor and bring a group up there. They take another floor and bring a group. So this way we're not all investigating 1 spot. We're basically walking around the spot. So we finally get to our group and we are actually the first floor group. Now we're walking around the first floor and I forget our tour guide's name, but she took us to the basement. Yeah, I couldn't do that. That basement was creepy as shit and there was something evil down there. So after the basement, she literally took us up to the regular floor. And she started walking around, telling us stories about the rooms and everything. And this doctor actually was the doctor that gave lobotomies. He was so proud of what he did that he literally had it on his license plate. So the only personal experience we had with this building was when we all went up to the 4th floor. Our tour guide actually walked down the hallway, and on the top of the roof there was a light shining in from somewhere. I don't know if it was the moon or something, but after she had walked past the light, there was really nothing in the hallway, and all of us saw a shadow figure walk past the light. And we all asked her, "Did you just walk past the light that's coming in on the building?" And she's like, "No, why?" And we were all like, we just saw a shadow go right behind you. That was the only personal experience that we had. But here are some EVPs that we did capture during that investigation.
The door.
Nice.
Hello.
Town trips on Monday and Friday, level 3 pals. Guess what?
Did you just hear like keys?
Welcome to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Now, I had friends that lived somewhere in the boondocks in Pennsylvania, so we decided to meet in Gettysburg. So we decided to go to Devil's Den because we tried to find it and we couldn't, so they knew exactly where to go. Now, me and my friend, we were actually walking up this pathway, and we were talking about, how much we appreciated each other's friendship. And as I'm in mid-conversation, I start coughing, I start choking, and then my face turns pale white. I literally had to stop and catch my breath because I couldn't explain what was going on. I said, "Guys, I cannot walk up this hill." I said, "I just can't do it." I was like, something is keeping me from going to the top of that hill. So as we're walking down the hill, Mr. Vegas knows that my face is like pale white. He's like, "Are you okay?" He's like, "'Cause your face looks pale white." I told him, "Yeah, I'm good." I was like, "I just can't go up this hill." So I stopped in my tracks and I ended up turning around to go back down the hill. So as we're walking away, I'm literally apologizing to everyone, saying, sorry, I can't do this. Something's keeping me going to the top of the mountain. And they were like, it's okay, we understand. Welcome to an experience at Devil's Den. Welcome to the orphanage in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Now, we decided to do a tour of the orphanage in Gettysburg. The stories to this place were brutal. Oh my gosh, it was crazy. But they walk you through with a whole bunch of people, so there really isn't any experiences in this building except for the fact that in the basement is where they tortured the children. And when I was filming little bits here and there, the only thing I got was this EVP. Are you playing with my phone? Alright. To all my paranormal investigators, you know exactly where this sign is. Welcome to Wilder, Kentucky. So as we're getting more creative with locations and wanting to explore more locations, we took a trip to Kentucky because that's where the hubby's from. And we were gonna do the little investigation / tour. But again, you have to wait until nighttime because during the day, Bobby Mackey's is closed. So we went around and took pictures of the building because we were just so amazed that we were standing in front of Bobby Mackey's. Also, the first place Zach Bagans ever captured his most craziest evidence. So while we're waiting for the tour, we wait for Mr. Mackey to come out. Yes, I met him. As we're doing the tour, they explain, stories of Bobby Mackey and back in the day when it was haunted. And we walk around and we get to the Portal of Hell, is what this hole is called. Now, as we were walking to it, I actually start feeling dizzy and sick to my stomach. That was, I think, pretty much the only experience that I had at Bobby Mackey's. I hope you enjoyed those stories. Some were sweet and short, and some were long. I want to give a huge shout out to Paranormal on the Go. Their link will be in the description below. Thank you for watching, and have a spooky day.